Hello everyone, I'm back. I've been a little busy the past month, and that's why I wasn't able to do any shows. I was preparing a manuscript and for a book that I'm writing about my life journey. A lot of work, I had to concentrate on that, and that was my priority, is to get my message out about all that I have done in this lifetime. I hope everyone's okay. I have to tell you a few things, and usually we don't talk about this, but I want to calm everybody down and relax everybody. The media concerns us of the information you receive from them, and can make you emotional. So anyway, I would like to describe what has been happening. Minimum, maybe about a month and a half ago, I started to have thoughts about my upbringing, my faith, and everything, because I'm writing a book, and it brought in a lot of emotions that I've had all these years in regards to what happened to me in the physical world and what happened to me in the spiritual world. So first, let me talk to you about the spiritual world. A few weeks ago, a month and a half ago, God was taken away. And I had asked for help. I wanted God out, and I wanted help. And the help that came to me to represent me and the people, his name is Eaven. He leads us, our country, at this time. We tried to bring God back to assist us, but it didn't work out. So God is off to the side. Evan is a wonderful person, very loving and caring. He functions with goodness. He wants to do a good job for us. The universe has been watching us for a very long time, especially me. And what we did one day, he praised me, said we have been doing a great job leading our country into its future. Leading this country to do righteousness. So we're working with Karen, and we want her in the physical world to be able to help everybody in the physical world and be able to receive from the spiritual world. There's no one quite like Karen, and we want her to stay here and enjoy life and be happy. She just wants to inform you that about a month ago there was a joke, it was funny, and the man where I live put his derriere in my face, only a foot away. And it doesn't bother me, but there's consequences. I don't remember the word, but people react to it, and I pick up on that. And that's why I've had a lot of difficulties in the past and at the present time. Evan would not do that to me, and it was a joke, it was funny, but I have to pay attention to repercussions. I had people look at me and laugh at me, but they weren't laughing at me. They were laughing at what was done to me. And that's very important to know. So at this time, I'm fine with it. The man that did this, we're best of friends, no bad words or influences. So that is what has been happening. Evan has what we call spirit guides. And they're like angels, they're above an angel. And remember in the news they did tracing? How one person affects another person, that person affects two people, and it just expands. And it can reach 1 million people in about a week to 2 weeks. Okay? So that's where we are right now. Evan is our leader. There's no more punishment between each other. No more punishment. He's going to guide us, and he'll take away good karma from us and make us feel uncomfortable. And that's the way of disciplining us to stay on track and do the right thing, so that everyone can become a being of righteousness. I want to tell you about a little bit how Evan and I interact now. About 3 weeks ago, I was watching shows about elephants and how they function, how they're a loving community amongst the elephants, and they love each other and they care for each other and they watch over each other. In some cases, they even get a human being to come and help them, help one of the elephants to overcome the bad thing that was happening to them. And they help each other out and keep each other company and comfortable, and they love each other dearly. So I watch them, and they have a unique behavior. They're more loving towards each other than, in some cases, human beings. So this one day I watched, I noticed their husks were shortened. That was from poachers who want the husk for ivory, and that's wrong. Very bad thing to do, because they use the horns to defend and protect themselves from arm's way with other animals who want to take them down and feed off them. So I read in the news the other day, 330 elephants suddenly died. And mind you, I had learned that there's up to as many as 5 souls, 5 spirits living inside the elephant that are put there to be condemned because of the righteousness and the care for us people. So it could be as many as 5 spirits in one elephant being punished by living inside the body of an elephant. And that would give reason for why the elephants are so kind to one another. So there's 330 of them died suddenly. They can't explain it. I had asked Evan to let the elephants die and release the spirits inside the elephant to have them return home to Evan and all the people and all the family members of these condemned souls. And he did that for me. Just think how many souls we saved. There's 5 souls pretty much 5 souls in each elephant, and there were 330 elephants who died. So you could do the math. There's a lot of people we helped. A lot of elephants that we helped. There are many other people we have helped, released to go home. Evan is very much a better being to work with for me, and then it'll work for you as well. He would discipline us with love. He would discipline us to stay on track. He will reward you for good behavior, showing love and care to all others, family, extended families, and even to strangers. That's why we're here. So I've told you that Evan is our leader now. And do good karma, you'll receive good karma. I would like to share with you some of my thoughts, my discussion with Evan. We call him Evan, and add an H, it's called heaven. And people in my past laughed at me when I always prayed for a heaven on earth. With what's happening in the lightness of the air, And for me, Evan took away a lot of baggage that I was carrying on my back. That was brought into each life that I had lived. And Evan took away all the negativity that I had, brought into this, my life now, as a result of all other lives that I lived, to prepare me to the life that I'm doing today. I want to discuss with you. I'm going to tell you my journaling for between Evan and I. Evan says, "Hi Karen, how are you feeling at this time?" "I'm feeling better since I have come up here at the Ray House, which is my den. You do know this is a difficult way of being. I guess all this is true, isn't it, Evan?" "Yes, Karen, it is all real. And I'm talking about how people can interact with me in certain ways that I always pushed aside and would never believe it, because it was very cool with what God had done to me, to see and hear what I experienced. I cried for a long time. My husband sat with me and I cried. It has now come to the surface, and it is in the conscious thoughts. So any harm I did to people in the past because of this, I apologize and forgive me. And now that I know, we will cope with what God had done to me. And I will move on and make our country and our planet the best place to live, to exist, and to learn how to become the best person you can be. So I said to Evan, that was a mean thing that God did to me. Evan says, He chose the best person for the job. I will help you in all that I have done to you. I would take away those ill feelings that you have. I think you and I and all others will help you now and always. We will not leave you alone as far as good interaction to get you back to a more lively way of being. I want to help you, Karen. Please, Karen, hang in there for me. Do this for me, Karen. Stay here in the apartment. You are to call it your home now." And I said, "Why? My home is with my husband. I love him dearly. To represent the people who need you most. They need your help, Karen. Don't turn your back on them. They need you, and we want you to do this, and no other person. There's no other person." Got it? And Evan says, let's start giving only the information you and I, need to tell him what is going on. We'll use him to get our message to the world. Okay. And Evan wants me to no longer express what we talk about and what we want to share with the average human being. We don't want to scare you or frighten you at all. We want you also to be happy with the way things are in today's world. They tell me the information that he gives to me, Evan gives to me, not to look upon it as angelical information. He wants to look at it as everyday information that is to be used to help the people to live a better life, a more meaningful life, and to share love amongst each other. He tells me not to be afraid of the knowledge that we give to me. It is ordinary information. Karen, what else do you want to say? Not much. Dave is more spiritual than me. How did that happen? Well, Evan says, he listens to us. You don't. Ouch! You asked too much of me. Not at all, Karen. Not at all. We're going easy on you. You do your work because we need you, Karen. We need you. So that's the story of telling you the changes that have occurred in my life, which has an effect of the universe. So now, with God not there, heaven and the universe are here to help us. I want to add a little bit something about the Clinton Foundation and how well they helped me. I went to many of their fundraising events, and I thank my husband David for taking me to all these events. I got to meet and greet with Bill and Hillary, and they welcomed me into the realm. Well, they made me feel special, and that I was one of them, and I am one of the people who is included in our world on planet Earth. Bill, I asked him one day at his 65th birthday gala that Dave and I attended. Dave is my husband. And I talked to him and I asked him, because just prior to that, I saw a show about paramedic people working in South Africa, in all South Africa, and the English people just up and left them, and their life was a disaster. There were people who stayed behind, which were the EMS people, emergency medical service. The hospital personnel stayed behind to provide medical care. And then, so I saw this on TV, the hardship. No one should live like in the poverty that they were living in. So I asked President Clinton, ex-President Clinton, excuse me, to help those people in South Africa. And he did. He took them over the years, him, Chelsea, and the Clinton Foundation went to South Africa, and others followed him, and they were able to bring from underground water so that people could have water. Now with the water, they were able to water plants, vegetables. They gave them seeds so they could feed their village. And as time went on, the people in the village no longer was a village. It became a city. They became so advanced that they have colleges in their cities. They are very happy. They're not condemned. They're not looked down upon, because they are with their peers. And they love each other. And they care about each other. And an observation that I had, they wore very colorful clothes. They make their own clothes. Bill brought this community together, united it, so they could live comfortably, and then they could be happy to rise up to become the best person they can be. These people come here to our country shocked at the way they are treated. And they don't like it. And they want to be treated with respect. They need our help to adjust to living our lifestyle. Or should we allow them to have us adjust to live the kind of life they live with their God, who's no longer in existence, but with Eaven. Eaven is watching. The spirit guides, what they do is how you have tracing. They go like a network, so that there's more and more people interacting with one another, so we could interact and we could make better things happen for ourselves and each and every one of us. I think we need to stop doing the riots at this time. I understand their superiority and how they mistreat and They do it also to the white people. I want to give you an example of what happened many, many years ago. The police were following and chasing a perpetrator. And this officer who was black, and the perpetrator was black, the officer who was like a detective, straight regular clothing. And he started on the chase. And the police were behind him. And the police thought he was the perpetrator. Their own sergeant, their own detective, they shot and killed because they thought he was the perpetrator. So, I'm not saying all instances, but there are instances that are not in a positive way of happening. There's something else I would like to discuss with you, but I don't remember. I told you about the elephants, and I think our planet, us, human beings, are going to be okay with this serious, major changing election. Watch Rachel Maddow's show. She wants everybody to vote. That's our gift. We choose who we want as our leader. Vote. Cast your vote early. And don't worry about the paper way of voting. That's okay. They have the technology to count them and make sure they're counted correctly. And I don't think you should listen to President Trump about how they are a wrong way to cast your vote. I did receive a message that that President Trump and Joe Biden and the election, everything's going to be okay. However, working with Evan and working with me, I will guide you and help you to be sure not to re-elect President Trump. Rachel, I have a thought for you in all media. From the first day when, at that time, Donald Trump rode down the escalator in his hotel and announced he was running for president, I would like you to take all the things, all the action that took place from that day on till today, put it in bullet form. Donald Trump's action, people's reaction, and interaction, consequences that he had done to our government and to the people. Before we finish, people, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, if you need my help, I am here. I am to keep your faith and not intervene with your procedures or what you're doing today. I'm going to let you know I am here. I am available. If you need my help, I will be there at your facility, your headquarters, immediately. I am capable of walking into that White House with all the high-level military people in command and others, and to escort President Trump and lead him out of the White House. He has done enough damage. Hopefully we could keep our country together for the next 4, 5, 6 weeks. Because every day he's in office is another day of turmoil that he puts upon us. And I'd like to tell you one thing else about President Trump. He was doing somewhat well. He was receiving messages on how to leave this country, and he used it for his own purpose, for his own benefit. The message was taken away, so that's why he stands and is not a leader. He's not getting messages from Evan or me or anyone else, and he's doing whatever he wants for himself. President Trump, when you're not elected, we will escort you and give you protection from all people that you deal with in an illegal manner. We'll keep you safe, and with that you give a testimonial of all that has happened between you and your associates. We will keep you safe. There's people all around your circle who are being arrested or indicted and taken into custody. And the buck stops with you. We will keep you protected if you choose to accept the fact that you are not leading this country the way it should be. Step down and move on. Go testify and do your duty as a civilian. Come out in the open and give your words, your ideas and thoughts to authority, and they will keep you safe. There's still a long time before the election, and we must keep our people safe. The other thing is, I saw Russia and the United States. The United States soldiers were in their vehicles and they're racing down, driving fast. And right behind them was the Russian military, laughing. They were chasing us, going after us, and all we could do is run away. I saw that in the news. We could no longer have this happening to our soldiers. Also, the soldiers have a bounty on them. Anybody who kills an American gets money for it. And as president, you allow this to happen to our own flesh and blood people, our family. Those soldiers are part of the American family. They die so others can live. That's their motto. So let us help them come home and stop being threatened by Russian military. President Trump, I'm asking you to step down before any more bad happenings occur between each other, people, family people, and all the people on planet Earth. Let the healing begin with Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. I think they will make very good leaders. And I will help them, if they want my help, to make our country and all other countries a heaven on earth. That's my dream. And I'd like it to be everybody on planet Earth. I want that to be in your way of being. Strive for righteousness. If you do wrong, you'll have bad karma. But we're not going to punish you. We will discipline you with love. So that's about all I have to say. Thank you for watching. I am here. My name is Karen Crow Weinstein, to help all the people in our country